I'm Tenley Cederstrand. I'm with EG Metrics, and we founded EG Metrics to provide objective measurements of the people and structure within organizations. And we launched in financial services because our original founder, Brian Golub, spent 20 years at Russell Investments, where he understood that the people behind investment strategies matter. When you invest, you're betting on people, but no one is measuring the people that manage the money until now. We developed Orca, a tool that uses AI and machine learning to predict organizational failure before it hits client portfolios. Oh, I got to do two things at one time. It's awful. Here's an example. WAMCO is one of the biggest brand name bond funds. In 2024, an executive was charged with fraud, and within 6 months, clients pulled $120 billion with a B. But Orca saw the signs 9 months earlier. In December 2023, while it was still highly rated by Morningstar, Orca showed it as a 4 times risk probability. We provided a head start in avoiding the ensuing fire sale and chaos, but we don't just flag disasters. We help professionals save time, improve research, and make better decisions. Here's the thing. 90% of capital in the US flows through funds, not stocks, funds. And by regulation, there are minor differences in strategies. That means that investors are putting their trust in the hands of fund manager organizations, the people. And most failures, over 50%, are organizational in nature. Culture breakdowns, bad leadership, missed controls, and the industry knows that organizational dynamics matter and has recognized this lack of insight as a problem, but believes these soft signals are immeasurable, can't be measured, because it's hard, it's complicated, and it is, but we found a way. We don't just look at the returns and performance metrics, we look at the firms behind the returns. We collected new data on the culture, controls, and business models from over 20,000 firms spanning 20 years, and using machine learning, we identified patterns that precipitate problems. Using the idea that somebody knows, we pull intel from the employees, regulators, and clients, people who know the company best, and can spot trouble before it spills into performance. We predict organizational success ahead of the curve. We've done hundreds of customer interviews, and we've tested Orca across the industry, from ODD teams to family offices to some of the world's largest allocation managers, and the feedback has been consistent. Orca saves time, flags risks early, and gives professionals something they've never really had, a scalable way to evaluate behind the organizations behind the funds.
Tenley, what is an ODD team?
Oh, operational due diligence. I don't have a pointer, but operational due diligence. They're the ones that look at the kind of background information of the fund managers. It's a very tedious process. It's about 40 hours per review. They do site visits, that sort of thing, as opposed to investment research, which is looking kind of fund performance and what might make that stock go up or down, or the fund go up or down. The market is huge. We're targeting the $246 billion global analytics market. Our wedge, 750,000 investment professionals in over 20,000 firms. Our obtainable US market is $1.35 billion. How are we going to get there? We're a SaaS model with an average price of about $20,000 per year per subscription. We need less than 0.1% of the available US market to get to our goal of $10 million ARR within 3 years. The competition, we like to think there is no competition because really no one has done this before. It's hard. It's hard to do what we do. It's complicated. The industry has kind of overlooked it as, well, we kind of know what we're doing, but we know every year that there's failures that happen. Orca is an additive metric. The currently available tools are focused on automating or outsourcing or analyzing past performance, but they offer little new insight. Orca doesn't compete with these players. We complete the stack. Fun fact, all of these companies are potential partners. We can integrate into all of their systems and be additive and help their clients make better decisions. And we've talked to a few, and there are buyout, we've talked to NASDAQ specifically, and the buyout opportunities, if they partner with us or buy us out, are historically 7 to 12x ARR. The team, I think, is amazing. It's Tessa and Blake are, oh, sorry, it didn't turn?
Not the team
Oh,
slide.
sorry. Oh, it's in a different order. That's why. Well, I'll come back to Tessa and Blake and how fabulous they are. To complete Orca 2.0, which includes that name matching function, expand data sources and execute our go-to-market plan. And we're looking for the right partner to get us there. Why did it go the wrong way? Okay, there we are. So the team, Blake and Tessa are from NOAA and NASA respectively. I spent my career in biotech, introducing innovative products to a very difficult market that spent its time doing things the same way every time because it's science and they want to control as much as possible, but had a very successful career doing that. And Brian Golub was Chief Compliance Officer, General Global Counsel of Russell Investments. It's a unique combination of industry expertise, excellent science, and market execution. So the product is ready to address the stated need for innovative insights into manager organizations from the world's largest buyer of analytics. We have a great team, and the market is hungry for an edge. Join us to transform decision intelligence and protect people's investments. Questions?
Questions? Pretty damn good job of your first pitch.
Huh?
You were
Did
10
it for
seconds
you.
over.
Did it
though.
for you, honey.
Very interesting product. You know, as
Thank
an
you.
investor, team is one of the most important things I look at.
Yeah.
Considering.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you analyze management organizations? I mean, what's this data that you're collecting?
Yeah.
And so how's it being sourced? How's it being managed?
Yeah. So we take a combination of regulatory filings, ADV, NSEN, the massive amount of data coming from the SEC. We combine that with signals that we get from social media, Indeed, hiring sites, employee evaluations of what it's like to work at a certain place. And then we also look at company data like number of compliance officers and how many people are in which department, and look at employee incentives, company reports, and we combine that into 48 machine learning models and come up with pattern recognition, basically looking at what events happened in the past and what precipitated those events, and then those signals point us to that event potentially happening again.
Were there 4 basic scores? Is that right? Out of the
Yes.
48, they boil them down to 4.
Yeah, and it's ranked on percentile and by percent probability. And we look at culture, controls, and business models are kind of the targets.
Don't tell me there's a DoD angle on this.
There is.
For insider threat, there is actually. But just real quick, so if you're an organization, if you're an investment fund, do you buy this product to reduce the risk in your own organization? Is that right? No.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Brian. Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
That is a potential market. In fact, that's kind of where I started because I was in a bunch of groups. I did a whole bunch of it. And I often have. I want to talk about that. Comparative benchmark here. Right? So originally designed for that, but we found actually the fastest, easiest, broadest application are the reality.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of in phase 2 of the marketing plan.
Yep.
Mm.
incorporate the scores and some insights that we get to improve their own recommendation and what sorts of
So if I can share a funny story, Chris, you're former CIA. My best friend is former FBI, and I called him and I said, would the FBI, would law enforcement ever want to know about any of this stuff? He said, nah, we wait for the civil cases to happen first. We don't have resources. The states have even fewer resources to go after predictive analysis on when a fund is going to collapse. However, he suggested going to the KPMGs of the world, right? The auditors. So, well, if you're going to the auditors, it's very expensive to have your auditor then come to you and say, you got a problem somewhere in the company, we got in this report. Then the company itself ought to be buying the service on themselves first.
No, I mean, like
Right.
you're almost giving a credit rating. You're almost
Yes.
Exactly.
giving a FICO score
Yep.
outside. So if a company wants to know it inside, you probably want to pay extra to stop the problem before it became a huge problem.
Precisely.
It's almost like ransomware, but legal. Just kidding. I'm joking. Yeah. Just being funny. Just being funny. It's all- no, just
A
being
little
funny.
bit.
A little tiny
Yeah.
bit. So, okay,
Yeah.
and then just final thing. So let's say you were a financial company, and you bought this for your own use. Where does that data go if you're uncovering stuff that you're trying to fix, but maybe you want to know first so you can fix it, and you don't want like, hey, great, everyone knows our company's all effed up. I'm just kidding. I'm just being
Right.
funny. But
Yeah,
where does
yeah.
it go? Like, where does it
Where's the
data
data?
store? Like, how does it? Who knows? Like the legal department, or who kind of knows what's happening?
I mean, we really give risk scores,
Yeah.
and then we can dig down and show from where that risk is arising,
Yeah.
and point them in that direction. So key people, maybe you want to deep dive into HR, or maybe your incentive plans for your salespeople. If you find people cutting corners, if you have, if you reduced your compliance officers and you put the the thumb down on your salespeople, maybe there's going to be some corners that are cut. So we can show them from where it's arising.
Yep.
But really, what we're reporting is a probability of a risk in that area, and then a percentile rank versus peers.
Oh, cool. No, great. No, super great product.
Yeah.
Is cool. Just a couple different things you can do with it.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
thank you.
absolutely, yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
Nope. One more. Okay.
Yeah.
Have you back tested it, and can you show examples of like
Yeah.
the signals identifying? Because that would be awesome to
Yeah,
see.
yeah. Well, if you show me a headline so far, and now granted that's not a scientific method, but if you show me a headline, we can go back into Orca about 8 months, and we can show that bubbling up of that risk area, and we're at about 100%. But given a headline, we know where to look, right? So that's a bit easier to do. But as of right now, we're at about 100%.
Yeah, because that's how I would sell it. I would just go in and be like,
Yeah.
here's the back
Yeah.
test, and you can identify all the signals.
Yeah, I mean, we
from that.
definitely have validation numbers that the data scientists have shown us, and there's some very rough data that's showing about a 1.5x better improvement on outcomes, but we don't have them solid enough for me to actually say that out loud like I just did. Yeah, no, it's good. It's really good. Yeah, it's particularly effective if you think of like family offices that have, just one or two people doing ODD and investment research. If you can point them now, like they're trying to choose between 10 firms or 10 funds, or, they can narrow it down to what are the two that have kind of the best performance historically, but then also have a lower risk profile. And that helps them immensely because they can focus now on two and not have to do all their due diligence, all the other stuff on the other 8 just to get to that point.
Thanks.